Stand wishing to be debated is the New Zealand Trade and Enterprise. Minister, please take your seat.
Chairman.
I call the Honourable Marianne Street.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I rise to speak to the New Zealand Trade and Enterprise Financial Review. This is a critical arm of our international experience, but it is also a critical arm, Mr. Chairperson, of our economic strategy. NZTE is located within the Ministry of for Economic Development, and it's quite a complicated accountability mechanism in that there are a number of ministers who have an interest in the operation of NZTE. I'd like to draw attention, Mr. Chair, to the fact that there were some points of dissatisfaction registered with the performance of NZTE, and this needs to be addressed. This needs to be addressed in a number of ways, but I want to say in the first instance that I've had, in the course of my duties as opposition spokesperson on foreign affairs and trade and overseas development assistance, had the opportunity to visit a number of NZTE offices around the world. I have visited the one in New York, I visited the one in Dubai, in Shanghai, and most recently in Brasilia. And in all of those offices there are highly skilled individuals who are doing their best to promote New Zealand's economic interests, New Zealand's investments, where that is the appropriate form of partnership with that country, or the marketing of New Zealand goods overseas. And so we have very good people, but we have a lack of government vision directing them on where they ought to go next. And that is to be, that's demonstrated in some of the dissatisfaction that was registered in the financial review done by the Select Committee by some of the clients of NZTE. And in fact, the Chief Executive himself, who is relatively new in the role, but he is reported to have said in the Select Committee's report that probably the figure of 84% who said that NZTE added value to their business might not accurately reflect the situation and could mask a higher level of dissatisfaction. Now, this isn't good enough. We need to be able to maximise the opportunities that are being carved out around the world through a sequence of free trade agreements. And as those free trade agreements are coming on stream, all of them so far initiated by the previous Labour government, we need to ensure that the government, this government, has the right vision, has the right emphasis, has the right energy and get up and go to make the economy grow through the use and support of very good staff in these offices around the world. They are an integral part not only of our international mission and our international footprint, but of the growth of our economy. And it is a lack of integrated vision, there is a lack of imagination, and there is a lack of willingness in this government to address the issues that are beginning to stymie our progress in picking up the free trade agreements that are coming on stream. And this needs to be addressed, Mr. Chairman. So it's there in the report. There is not universal satisfaction with what NZTE is doing. And I think that the blame for that lies at the feet of the government. Because I know the people that whom I have met in the course of my travels work hard to promote New Zealand's interests, and they do it differently. But why is it? They do it differently in each country. But why is it that expenditure on grants was significantly below budget, 46 million compared with 62.8 million the previous year? Why has there been virtually a 50% drop in the in the expenditure on grants. Why is that money not going out the door? If it has been appropriated by the government for grants to assist New Zealand businesses to maximise their export opportunities overseas, why is that not happening? This isn't good enough. If the government is going to appropriate that money for NZTE, then it should be going out the door. It should be helping New Zealand businesses.
I call